Trump's lies are crumbling his base. Why are young voters ditching him? This video unpacks 10 explosive takeaways from the Bulwark's Next Level podcast, with one shocking truth that will change how you see his campaign forever. Takeaway 1. Young voters ditch Trump's lies. The podcast explains why young voters are abandoning Trump because he lied about fixing their problems fast. Sarah Longwell says Trump's approval among 18 to 29-year-olds crashed from +5 to -39 because he didn't deliver on promises like cheaper rent or ending wars. Tim Miller shares a story from a focus group where a young voter complained that grocery prices, like a $5 loaf of bread, are still high, showing Trump's economic promises fell flat. JVL notes that young voters thought Trump would wave a magic wand to make housing affordable, like renting an apartment for $500 a month, but nothing changed. The hosts say Trump's habit of reversing policies, called tacoing, confuses his supporters, like when he promised to end wars but now supports fighting in Iran. Sarah adds that Trump's support never broke 45% in his first term, and now it's sliding further. This betrayal is hitting young voters hard, making them ditch Trump for lying about quick fixes. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Hispanic voters reject Trump's tricks. Hispanic voters are turning against Trump because his immigration policies feel like a betrayal. Tim Miller points out that Trump's approval among Hispanic voters dropped by 29 points since he started mass deportation plans. Sarah Longwell says these voters feel tricked because Trump promised jobs but sent ICE to raid their neighborhoods, like when agents arrested workers at a local taco shop. JVL describes how even a Trump donors company got raided, showing that deportations are hitting everyone, not just enemies. The hosts say Trump's flip-flops, like sparing some businesses after rich friends complained, make Hispanic voters angry because they see family members, like an uncle working construction, dragged away. Tim argues these raids are why Hispanic voters are abandoning Trump, feeling he lied about helping their communities. This shift is weakening Trump's coalition as his tricks backfire. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3, Trump's deportation plan sparks pushback. Trump's plan to deport millions of immigrants is hitting roadblocks because it's hurting businesses and voters. JVL says industries like farming, where workers pick apples for grocery stores, could shut down without migrant labor. Tim Miller explains that Trump's advisor, Stephen Miller, wants no exceptions, even for businesses owned by Trump's friends, like hotels where maids clean rooms. Sarah Longwell notes that rich allies called Trump to stop deportations, like when a hotel owner said he'd lose half his staff, forcing Trump to backtrack. The hosts say Trump's focus on blue states, like California, aims to hurt Democrats, but raids in red states, like Texas, are also upsetting voters, including young ones who expected peace. Tim adds that local sheriffs and attorneys are being cruel to immigrants to please Trump, which angers communities. This pushback shows Trump's deportation plan is failing, just like his lies to young voters. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4, Democrats fight harsh immigration tactics. Democrats are standing up to Trump's tough immigration rules, getting arrested in the process. JVL tells how Brad Lander, a New York City official running for mayor, was arrested by ICE for helping an immigrant leave a courthouse, like trying to protect a neighbor from trouble. Sarah Longwell compares this to Senator Padilla, who was tackled while asking questions, showing how aggressive agents are. Tim Miller says these arrests feel like something from a scary movie, Not America, and upset voters who want fairness. The hosts debate if Lander's actions were a stunt, but Tim defends him for demanding a warrant, like asking a cop for ID. Sarah warns Democrats must avoid looking fake to keep public support, especially from young voters who hate Trump's lies. These clashes are making people question Trump's cruel policies. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5, immigration agents act like thugs. The podcast slams ICE agents for acting unprofessional and scary during deportations. Tim Miller is mad that agents wear masks, like one in a Spider-Man costume, and don't show badges, making them look like robbers, not cops. JVL says the Capitol Police were calm during the January 6th riot, unlike ICE agents who rough up elected officials like Lander. Sarah Longwell admits she needs more context, but feels uneasy seeing agents drag people down, like a bully pushing a kid at school. Tim shares how agents knew Lander was a city official, but arrested him anyway, showing they don't care about rules. JVL adds that even Trump's donors, like a factory owner, face raids, proving the chaos. The hosts want agents to wear clear badges, like a teacher's name tag, to stop this thuggish behavior that shocks voters. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Zohran Mamdani charms but lacks skills. Zohran Mamdani, a 33-year-old running for New York City mayor, excites some voters but worries the hosts. Tim Miller, who interviewed him, says Mamdani is fun to hang with, like a cool friend at a party, but not ready to run a huge city. Sarah Longwell calls his ideas, like globalizing Antifa, dangerous and anti-Semitic, scaring voters who want peace. JVL likes Mamdani's vision to improve subways or offer free buses, like getting a free ride to school, but says his 5 years in politics aren't enough to handle New York's messy system. Tim notes Mamdani faced tough questions, unlike Andrew Cuomo, who hides from interviews. Sarah argues his charm doesn't make up for bad plans that could hurt Democrats. The hosts worry Mamdani's inexperience might flop, like Trump's empty promises to young voters. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Mamdani's plans sound too crazy. Mamdani's ideas for New York City raise big concerns for the podcast hosts. Sarah Longwell trashes his plan to run grocery stores, like turning a corner shop into a government office, calling it idiotic. Tim Miller says Mamdani backed off, suggesting just 5 stores as a test, but still doubts it'll work. JVL questions Mamdani's idea to change zoning laws, asking how he'd convince local leaders to give up power, like asking a teacher to share their classroom rules. Tim adds that Mamdani wouldn't criticize extreme protesters, making him seem weak. Sarah is upset by his Antifa comments, which she says sound anti-Jewish, like picking a fight at school. The hosts agree Mamdani's wild plans could crash Democrats, just like Trump's lies let down his supporters. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Interviewing Mamdani causes big fight. Tim Miller's interview with Mamdani sparked a huge argument about giving him airtime. Tim defends his choice, saying interviewing a possible New York mayor isn't the same as promoting someone bad, like inviting a bully to a podcast. Sarah Longwell agrees, noting that Tim's tough questions, like grilling Mamdani on Antifa, gave critics ammo to attack him. JVL says if Mamdani was on a show like Hannity and got exposed, people would cheer, showing the double standard. Tim is annoyed that pro-Israel groups attacked him for stifling speech while using his interview to bash Mamdani. Sarah argues that tough interviews hold politicians accountable, unlike Trump's unchecked lies. The hosts say shutting down talks with controversial figures hurts democracy, keeping viewers hooked on political drama. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9, MAGA cracks over Iran fight. The podcast dives into how Trump's push to fight Iran is splitting his MAGA supporters. Sarah Longwell laughs at Tucker Carlson humiliating Ted Cruz on TV for not knowing Iran's population while wanting war, like a kid failing a pop quiz. JVL says MAGA loves hating endless wars, so Trump's support for Israel's Iran attacks feels like a betrayal. Tim Miller notes that Carlson and Tulsi Gabbard, who want no wars, are clashing with hawks like Cruz. Sarah adds that Trump was mad at Gabbard's video warning about nuclear bombs, like a scary school drill. JVL argues this split could hurt Trump's base, similar to young voters ditching him. The hosts see this as a sign MAGA is fracturing over Trump's mixed messages. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. MAGA's peace fans feel cheated. Some MAGA supporters who want peace are upset with Trump's war talk. JVL explains that people like Carlson and Gabbard joined MAGA to stop wars, but Trump's Iran plans let them down. Sarah Longwell loves how Carlson grilled Cruz, showing MAGA's split between war fans and peace lovers. Tim Miller says Gabbard's video about a nuclear bomb hitting San Francisco scared Trump, who saw it as a jab at him. JVL notes that young MAGA fans, like those who follow Joe Rogan, hate wars and feel cheated, much like young voters who ditched Trump over his lies. Sarah says these voters won't leave MAGA because they dislike Democrats more. The hosts think this betrayal could grow, but won't break MAGA, leaving viewers curious about Trump's next move. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.